The classic East versus West, Dodgers and Yankees used to be a thing we saw a lot of, but haven't seen it since 1981. World Series Game 3 right now in the Big Apple, and this is a live shot of Yankee Stadium. So Padres and Dodgers fans, your new favorite team, the New York Yankees, playing against my Dodgers tonight. Let's take a look at World Series Game 3 weather. Temperatures on the cool side, not particularly windy, so those home run balls probably need to be propelled by the batters themselves. Can't wait to see it and see what the final is. Of course, you're allowed to watch that after you're done watching all the newscasts here on KSBY. We got temperatures right now in the upper 50s and low 60s for most of the Central Coast, close to 70 for the South Coast, the deep interior in the 60s. Now, it has been a windy day, and this is exactly what I was talking about last week, how we were going to make a shift here to a little more active weather. Moisture-starved systems, and that's going to be a theme moving forward here. So again, some of those daytime winds today, close to 40 miles per hour. Right now, you can see Skycam 6 shaking around in that 25-mile-per-hour sustained wind. Now in Santa Barbara, it's 71 because a northerly or northwesterly wind is a little bit offshore, but for most of the Central Coast, that's onshore. And that's one of the reasons those temperatures are as they are. You can see we saw 78 in Santa Barbara, but the rest of the area in the 60s and 70s today. Advisories, wind advisories for the entire Central Coast. For most of these communities, the advisory ends at 9. For the South Coast and some of the hills here, the advisories extend into the early overnight. It's not a repeat tomorrow. The only thing that repeats tomorrow, the waves, because all that energy gets into the water and then it just kind of ripples for a while. It's like ringing a bell. So you've got those 8 to 12 footers out there currently, and they'll be into tomorrow. And again, you can see how much we took a hit on daytime highs over the course of just 24 hours. And we saw a few sprinkles, a few 100th of an inch reports here and there, but again, a lot more missing totals than made totals here. And again, it's a cold system. It's a snow shower up in the Reno, Tahoe area right now. And you can see that pocket of cold air here. We're going to still be living in that pocket tomorrow, even though it's on the process of kicking out. We're on the backside here. High pressure does build in later on Tuesday, so it is going to create a little bit of wind. And then we have a series of cold fronts that just die across the area in the extended forecast. So again, we got one that's on the way for Thursday, another possible on Saturday. You'll notice sprinkles in the forecast. I think the chances are pretty weak. And then just more of these dying fronts here. And if you add all of this up, you don't get that much. However, some models are really interested in what could happen around the 7th, but the current run doesn't really like a whole lot going on through the deeper extended forecast. Okay, here you go. Community cast for Paso Robles gets the temperatures right around 70 degrees through much of the forecast. And again, you'll see the rain icon on Saturday. That's a chance, maybe a 20% chance. I think I might pull that icon in there based on some of the modeling here. The confidence has actually gone down a little bit in that event. But you can see how the temperatures are steady below average for a change here on the Central Coast. This forecast can be found at KSBY.com.